Hello, friends. It's Darren Cooper from DarrenCooperMusic.com, and you are listening to The Silent Creative, a podcast geared to help you turn down the noise so you can find your voice and create your art. Let's go. All right. Here we are again for another episode of the Silent Creative Podcast. Thanks again for stopping by, for checking this out, whether this is your 9th time or your first time. I'm glad that you are here, and I hope that you know that today is going to be a great day. I love saying that each and every morning. I forget who, I think it was a buddy of mine that I used to work with. He would say that all the time, and it would annoy the mess out of me. Shut up, I don't want to hear that anymore. But then something happened, and it just stuck. And I love to say it. I love to tell other people that. I love to say, start your morning with saying, today is going to be a great day, because it just sets that mindset a little bit, helps you focus, helps you get ready for the day, for the week. So right now, wherever you're at, whether it's nighttime and you're going to bed, just today is going to be a great day. And just know that I'll probably say that on more podcasts in the future because I love that idea. So anyway, today we're going to talk about mimicking and improvising. I'm going to talk a little bit about some observations that I have around these ideas. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot today, and so I'm just going to kind of go off the cuff, off the top of my head, talking about this stuff. It's just something that's been swirling around, so that's why I'm saying it's some observations that I have. And in the process, I'm going to tell you a little running joke that my friends and I have about this crazy obsession that is plaguing me. I'll say it that way. It's plaguing me. But before we dive in, as always, I want to point you to DarrenCooperMusic.com. I have an interactive single called Finding Oasis that's all about helping you turn down the noise so that you can find your voice and create your art. Yes, I know that I say that at the top of this podcast, but that's what my music is all about. I love creating music that helps you turn down the noise and find your voice and create your art, because you are an artist. And so go check that out at DarrenCooperMusic.com. You can get that, and I hope it is just something that encourages you. That's what I create music for, is to be able to be an encouragement to you. So let's get started. So here's the running joke that my friends and I have. It is that I am the online course king. If there's something I need to learn, if there's a process I need to walk through, I am probably going to Google search and find the top 10 courses on the subject, and I'm going to probably buy one of them because I love a good online course. They are my drug, and if my friends are listening right now, they're probably laughing because they're like, dude, you spent so much money on online courses. It is crazy. But I've been thinking a lot about that this week. I think probably because I bought an online course this week. That's probably why I'm thinking of it. But I've been thinking of it, saying, why is that something that I do? Like, why is that so appealing to me? Other than the fact that they kind of take the guesswork out for you. You know, they give you the step-by-step process. They kind of remove the failure or I guess I'm afraid of failing some days. I think we all are in our own way. And so I think for me, an online course is like, well, if this dude did it and it worked, I can do it and it will work. So I think other than that, I think there's something deeper and something more behind it. And it made me think about growing up as a guitar player. I absolutely hated going to traditional guitar lessons where you learn scales and you learn techniques and you learned all that boring stuff. I hated them. What I wanted to do is I wanted to jam. I wanted to step up on the stage and I wanted to rock it out. I wanted to get my buddies together and I wanted to play music and just jam. That's what I wanted to do. So all that boring stuff was just like, oh, I don't need to do that. And so like because of that, what I started to do was I started to find other people's songs and learn how to play those songs. I started with the simple old punk rock songs that had 3 chords in it and you could just play it over and over again and it was just simple and easy. But that's what I started to do. And what it helped me is to understand how chord structures and things were put together. And I was learning music theory by just simply playing other people's songs, right? Even though I didn't know I was learning music theory, that's what was happening. And I saw how chords work together. I learned how to switch between them quickly and efficiently. It's just the way that I enjoyed learning the guitar. And really how it was, when I think about it, it was by mimicking what others had done. That's how I was learning how to play guitar. And you fast forward a little bit, and yeah, I knew how to put some chords together, and I was starting to kind of get the hang of it, and we were writing some songs, and I at least knew how to put them in the right key and do some different things of that nature. I always wanted to be that guy that played the guitar solo. Like I love guys like Jimi Hendrix and Tom Morello who would just play these epic guitar solos that just made people go, holy mackerel, that is amazing. And that's what I wanted to do, but I never felt that I could do that. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't able to maybe talk myself into the fact that I could do that until I joined a band that started playing a bunch of cover songs. We would go out and play Tom Petty. We'd go out and play the kind of the top 40 songs, and they would have either guitar licks or guitar solos in them that I then had to learn, which was super scary. But what I found out is that over time, through mimicking, I then could begin to put that into my own music. And even though it was scary, mimicking others helped me to be able to improvise later. And as I think about it, that's really how I've pretty much done everything in my life. I'm not sure if it's just the way that I learn or if it's a universal truth, but I do strongly believe it. So today, let's think about that. In which way do you need to allow yourself to mimic others in order so that down the road you can then improvise and create something new from that? Maybe you're beating your head against the wall right now and you're just trying to find that thing and you're overwhelmed by that dream that's inside of you and you don't know how to get from where you're at to where you want to be. Maybe it's as simple as mimicking what others have done before. Now, maybe you don't have to go on to a full rampage of buying all the online courses that you could ever find online like yours truly does, but maybe there's little ways that you can do that to step into the mimicking of others so that you can then improvise later. This truth has come, you're going to laugh because it was in an online course that I learned this, but I purchased a course on how to mix and how to master my own music better. I was struggling with that, so I picked up this online course, and one of the first things that they taught in this course on how to actually mix your music better was by finding songs that you liked and pulling them into your creative process and listening to them and breaking them down and seeing how, they put the song together and where the ups and downs were and how the voice sound, and you begin to A/B it with yours. And it was through mimicking what others have done in their music that you actually brought your music to life. And over the course of 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, I found that I could actually mix my own music to make it sound like all the radio songs that are out there, and I could compare it to them and see that I'm actually making progress and moving forward. And so I don't know if that's an encouragement to you today or if it totally sounds like, Darren, I have no idea what you're talking about, but the observation that I want to say is that dream that you have inside might start with simply mimicking what somebody else has already done. And I know in the creative process that that we as creatives want to be the ones that color outside the lines, right? That create something new, that to do something that no one has done before. But that might not be the way that it starts for us. It might be that we have to mimic first and improvise later. And it reminds me of the famous Picasso quote, or at least Picasso is credited for saying this. But I love the quote of his. It says, "Good artists borrow and great artists steal." And I really do believe that that speaks to the idea of mimicking and improvising, that we have to become artists that steal. As crazy as that sounds, as weird as that might sound, great artists borrow. No, sorry. Good artists borrow. Great artists steal. So that's my observation for you this week. And I'm hoping that that is an encouragement to you, that as you continue to learn to stir up that dream, to stir up that vision that you have for something that you want to be a part of, that can be a guiding truth for you, that maybe at first you just have to mimic a little bit. And then on the other side of it, you could begin to improvise and begin to bring your art into the world in a way that looks like you're creating something out of nothing, and it's because you learned how to steal really, really well. So maybe over the next few minutes, as the music plays, you can just spend just thinking and processing that idea. If it doesn't resonate with you, then just spend a few minutes just being thankful for today, thankful for the gift of life, the gift of humanity, the gift of being alive. And so let's take a few minutes now as the music plays. deal. Good deal. Well, as always, thanks for taking a couple of minutes to take a breath, to process some ideas, to think through some things. And I hope that that is an encouragement to you. If you love what you hear musically, you can always get more of that at darrencoopermusic.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see you there and the website, on any of the social media outlets. You can find me at Darren Cooper Music. And send me a note. Let me know what you're thinking about. Let me know if something resonates with you or doesn't resonate with you. Let me know. I'd be glad to. So go make it a good one. And as always, remember that you are an artist and your voice is needed in this world more than you know. And you are loved more than you could ever imagine. So go make it a great one, everyone. We'll see you next time.